The story of Deborah and how God used women to deliver his people, Israel's oppression and God's call. After the death of Ehud, one of Israel's judges, the Israelites once again did evil in the sight of the Lord. As a result, God allowed them to be oppressed by Jabin, the king of Canaan, who ruled in Hazor. His army commander Sisera had 900 iron chariots and oppressed the Israelites cruelly for 20 years. In their distress, the Israelites cried out to God for help. Judges 4:1-3. Deborah, a prophetess and judge of Israel, was leading the nation at the time. She would sit under the palm of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel, where the people came to her for judgment. Judges 4:4-5. One day Deborah received a word from the Lord and summoned Barak, the son of Abinoam from Kadesh in Naphtali. Deborah told Barak,
"Has not the Lord, the God of Israel, commanded you? Go, gather your men at Mount Tabor, taking 10,000 from the people of Naphtali and the people of Zebulun. And I will draw out Sisera, the general of Jabin's army, to meet you by the river Kishon with his chariots and his troops, and I will give him into your hand." Judges 4:6-7.
Barak agreed to go, but on one condition.
If you will go with me, I will go, but if you will not go with me, I will not go. Judges 4:8.
Deborah agreed to accompany him but warned that the honor of victory would not be his. Instead, God would deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman. Judges 4:9. Barak gathered 10,000 men from Naphtali and Zebulun, and Deborah went with him to Mount Tabor. Meanwhile, Sisera gathered his chariots and troops to the Kishon River. Judges 4:10-13. At Deborah's command, Barak launched the attack.
Up, for this is the day in which the Lord has given Sisera into your hand. Does not the Lord go out before you? Judges 4:14.
As Barak and his men charged down from Mount Tabor, the Lord threw Sisera and his army into confusion. The Bible states that the Lord routed Sisera's army before Barak. Judges 4:15. Sisera abandoned his chariot and fled on foot. Barak pursued the Canaanite army, and not a single soldier was left alive. Judges 4:16. Meanwhile, Sisera fled to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite. Heber's family was at peace with King Jabin, so Sisera believed he would find refuge there. Jael welcomed Sisera and offered him milk to drink, covering him with a blanket to help him rest. Judges 4:17-19. When Sisera fell asleep, Jael took a tent peg and a hammer and drove the peg through his temple, killing him. When Barak arrived in pursuit of Sisera, Jael showed him the lifeless body.
"Come, and I will show you the man whom you are seeking." Judges 4:22.
Thus God delivered Israel from the hand of Sisera through the courage of a woman, as Deborah had foretold. Judges 4:23. In celebration of God's victory, Deborah and Barak sang a song of praise, recorded in Judges 5. This song recounts God's deliverance and praises those who answered the call to fight. It also curses the tribes that failed to come to Israel's aid. Judges 5:15-17. Deborah declared,
"The stars fought from heaven. From their courses they fought against Sisera. The torrent Kishon swept them away." Judges 5:20-21.
The song ends with praise for Jael.
"Most blessed of women be Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, of tent-dwelling women most blessed." Judges 5:24.
Finally, the song proclaims Israel's triumph.
"So may all your enemies perish, O Lord, but your friends be like the sun as he rises in his might." Judges 5:31.
As a result of this victory, the land had peace for 40 years. Judges 5:31. Faithful leadership. Deborah's faith and courage as a prophetess and judge show how God uses individuals willing to trust him. God's sovereignty. The story demonstrates that victory belongs to God, not human strength. Even Sisera's mighty chariots were powerless against God's plan. Obedience and trust. Barak's initial hesitation reminds us of the importance of trusting God fully, while Jael's decisive action shows how God uses unexpected people for his purposes. Celebrating God's deliverance, the Song of Deborah and Barak teaches us to give God glory for victories in our lives. This story highlights God's faithfulness and how He empowers His people to achieve His purposes, even in the face of overwhelming odds. So as this story comes to an end, let it come to mind if at any time you witness women being treated unequal, unfairly, or even looked down upon. Remember, the God of the universe looks at women as being just as powerful. When they trust, believe, and have unwavering faith in Him, all things are possible. So once again, if you enjoy positive, uplifting biblical content like these, please like and subscribe to Unrecounted Biblical Stories. Thank you for watching.